What I want to talk about in this video is how to turn like working and earning a living, how to turn that into something actually emotionally fulfilling instead of it just being like a fucking cortisol fest, which is, for me personally, that's what pretty much every normal job is like. I'm going to talk about what are the underlying emotional factors, that sort of thing. Because the weird thing is that right now in my life, I literally enjoy working more than anything else, like more than playing video games, more than like hanging out with my girlfriend, like you name it. Like it's basically my favorite thing. So I'm gonna talk about like what factors are behind that. Why do I hate almost any job that exists? But the way things are now, I'm like super happy with it. And hopefully you can take that and apply it to your own life. Because, it's obviously important to talk about like really grandiose themes and things like power and aggression, which is what I usually talk about. But all these stand on a foundation, right? They stand on a foundation of what is your average day to day life like? Like, what's the stable baseline? And how to turn that into something that's, comfortable, positive, all that sort of thing. You can't get the grandiose things without having a solid foundation first, right? So, the two first things that are kind of obvious that I want to talk about is like, first of all, do you feel connected to the people around you? And the second thing is your brain power being used fully? So, for example, let's say I go back 5 or 6 years when I was like doing internships as a cook, and that was part of my school. So, I'm in a random environment with random people I feel disconnected from, same as in school, right? So, obviously, if you compare this to me running my own business, and I'm living with my girlfriend and her family and I'm doing it from home, right? You can see how that's an improvement, right? But these two things almost anyone could tell you, right? And the most important factor that I want to talk about is what's the long-term game? What kind of cause are you contributing to? What is the end result of all the work, right? Because the thing that really stressed me out about all the previous work wasn't that it was all that hard. The real problem was that it felt like I was contributing to the thing that I've always hated. You know what I mean? Like, the logic of regular work follows almost the exact same logic as, for example, the school system, which I always hated. So, everything is based on a timetable, it's very atomized, it's very inflexible. The inflexibility, especially, is what always pissed me off. The fixed working days, fixed working hours, you leave at the exact right minute, whether it makes sense in context or not, right? The more time I spent contributing even more to that, obviously, it just made me kind of miserable. Because humans are very, very, very driven by pain, and the exact same activity, like the exact same physical movements, like flipping burgers at a restaurant or whatever the fuck, it can have completely different emotional effects depending on what you feel like you're contributing to, right? So with my previous jobs, I obviously felt like that was literally my life. Like I'm just contributing to the thing I hate. So it made me miserable, obviously. My bag making business, and I'll make more stuff as time goes on if it's successful. That is connected to like much, much more significant plans, right? Like it's a stepping stone. By itself, it doesn't have that much value, right? Like it's a nice thing to have, it's a nice thing to make, but by itself, it's not going to do anything. But because I have this larger plan that it's connected to, like it's extremely rewarding. And, of course, it's nice that I have like a very, very complicated thing to devote my time to. But again, it's all about the underlying cause. It's all about the direction that it's supposed to take in the long term. I don't know how like the people watching this can apply this to their life, but I am also just trying to like hire people. Not right now, but in the future. I've said in a previous video, right? Like this thing of like making money through this business is like it's my way of recruiting people, if you want to put it like that. Like it's one thing to just hang out in a fucking Discord server and discuss some fucking ideological thing about what you agree on and what you disagree on. But like in terms of real community, it's kind of about doing something and not just like doing something insignificant or consuming media, but actually creating something together, right? So yeah, hopefully that's making all this somewhat more understandable.